Well, you see, I'm a little fed up with always talking about what's going on here on this planet. Well, a long story short, it's not going too good, and it's not going to look any better anytime soon. So I have decided to change my course and direct my attention back to the moon again and stick to that. And this is a picture of the moon, and this is a picture in full color. Now when you're looking down from Earth and looking up at the moon, you're seeing this gray ball in the sky. Cricket, you need to be silent, okay? I don't want to hear you bark. Lay down to sleep. Now if we take a look at it, you can see this is a high-res image, and you can see all the colors, and this is where the Aristarchus crater, oh, we got thunders, boom booms out there. The Aristarchus crater is sitting right there. Well, we'll come back to that because it's not a crater. It's something entirely different. No, it's sitting up there. My bad. There, that is the Aristarchus crater. But it's not a crater. And I'll show you. So, I was looking through some pictures, and here's one of them. It kind of don't look like anything, right? Oh, that's just a picture of the surface of the moon. But I need to go over here and give you an idea. I'll be right back. Where are you? There you are. And this is repetition of what I said last time when I made my 3 chapters. I'm going to continue doing that book finished. But the moon have a diameter of 2,160 miles. Its circumference around the equator is 6,782.4 miles. 1 degree on the moon's surface out of 360 degrees is 18.84 miles. And in latitude in miles, meaning from here to there, is 89.3 miles. And from there to there in the image is 44.84 miles. And in total, from there to there is 4 degrees and 4.74 degrees. And from there to there is 2.38. In total, this image reveals 4,004.21 square miles. So this is a very large area. And you're thinking, yeah, I can't see anything there. Nah, that's true. You don't really see anything. But what I did was I put this picture in Photoshop. And this changes everything. I played a little with the contrast and with levels. And this is what I'm coming up with. This is the same image. Now, this picture looks drastically different, right? If you go to this picture here, you can clearly see it's highly overexposed image. And it's done on purpose. Now I toned it down a little in hope of seeing something. And I am. Look at this. There is squares, there is constructs all over the place in this region here. And you can see how they're layered. Maybe I should go in and save it. And let's see what I want to do. So I can zoom in on it. And then put it on desktop and put it in there. And save it as A. And this is hereby done. And it's a large file, and now it's saved. So what we can do now is we can go in and take the same image, and then we can zoom in a little, not too much, But as you see, we got squares, we got structures. You can clearly see it. I mean, there's no mistake about it. Also here in this region right there, and here you can see it too. So this is a whole complex of something. So there is something on the moon. There's no question about it. And the next image, that was the original. So you can see the difference. It's the same image, but there's a vast difference here. Here you can actually see what is on the surface. It's very clear to the naked eye. Look at all the squares. That's not possible in nature. So let's just jump to the next picture. And again, this is highly overexposed. So maybe just for the fun of it, we can go in Photoshop with this image. But I'm wondering, what is this? Is this some kind of channel? Or is it a river forking out? I don't know. But we can shut this one off. And then we can go here and we can go there and take it in. And now it's in. Magnify it. And then go in adjustments, levels. And then dim it a little. Oh, that is up. Take a little of the overexposure off. Right there. Let's try a little more. Now, a feature disappeared when I did that. Right up here, right there, we got a square. Here's a structure. And again, there's no dispute. That is a structure right there. Perfect angles. So I don't know what I'm looking at. And let's take it out again. See, it's very faint right there, but there's also something there. And something else I've noticed through all these 16,000 pictures that I have. Let me reassure you that that is actually the fact that I have that. So I'm going into documents and I'm going to desktop and I am going to Moon Geo and properties, and now it's counting for you. You see how many pictures I got right there. I got 150 folders divided in 6 subgroups. No, 6 groups divided up in 150 folders, and that gives me a total of 16,349 images, and it's 13.4 gigabyte in size. So it tells you right there that we're dealing with some pretty large images. They are 2 megabytes each, so they're fairly big. So that's just to show to you how many images I have. So let's put that away again and then go back to levels and then take some of the light out and see if anything shows up that is out of the ordinary. There's absolutely something here that NASA don't want us to see, because what they do, they put a black square on it, or a black stripe on it, or yellow, or what do you want to call it? Red square. And I am not sure that I got an image of that. I actually forgot to put that in my folder, but that doesn't matter. It's not no big deal. So let's just keep it there. So you see that these blue, jet blue colors, and those you will find in these images all over the place, and especially in a certain region. It's like there's thousands of them. And I just showed you that the moon consists of colors, and you see it here in this image. They are colors. It is not, as you see there, just something gray. That's something that is edited after they got the pictures down, developed them, and put them up on the internet for everyone to see. But now we got an issue. I'm going to shut this picture down, and go back to there and there. So I don't know what this is, if it's a river or a tunnel of salts or a channel of salts. It kind of looked like on the image as if it's above the surface, laying on top, and yet I cannot determine for sure because it's a 2D, it's not a 3D image, so it's kind of hard to see. So this is another image that I'm gonna return to, and now when I was done doing my my images, getting them all down, I did myself a service. When I was done, this is the going to the home page itself for a map of planet, and this is where I left off from the last image, so I could continue. And this is an image of the entire surface, 2D image where the whole surface is laid out in a square. And lo and behold, you can no longer see that. They've taken it off. So there is no further access to the images, map of planet, the moon in natural colors. Arrow 404, we couldn't find the page. I think you are seeing this arrow, please. If you think you're seeing this arrow. And there is absolutely nothing. You can't find anything. It's gone. And then I thought, okay, let's try map of planet 2. And here it comes up with a whole bunch of different ideas. Let's take the moon and go over there. Yeah, today. There you go. Here it is. And at no point in time is it showing up the moon in natural colors. All of it is edited. It is made into other colors in order to, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But it's not there anymore. It's gone. So there's no access to the Clementine mission HD images anymore. It's over. You can't get them. There's only one way you can get those images, and that's through me. Or someone else who have them, but has not yet told you that they have them. But you have it from me, that I have 16,000 images, and they are startling in evidence that there is actually something going on up there. So you see, it goes away now from the moon. Now it goes to Mars, and it goes to Venus, and there's one left there from the moon. And the page don't even look like that anymore, as it should do. So I'm not giving all the way up on this. So I want to see if I can get in where I left off. Copy, paste and go. And then it comes up with this suggestion. Let me do this. I have a planet. See what it shows me. Nope. It's gone. Forever. It's not there anymore. This page, I have never seen it before. It's a completely new edition of Map of Planet. And just for the fun of it, let's just go in here again. Come on. Today. So let's take the moon in a color shaded relief, and now you can see there's absolutely nothing to see. I mean, I don't want to look at the moon like this. What's the point in that? It ain't showing me anything. Absolutely nothing. So it's just lost. So let's go back to the images that I have. Some of them, I can't sit here and present you 16,000 images. It will take several days. It took me 3 months and driving my wife insane that I was sitting every evening downloading these images. But I find it's important. That's why I did it. And I'm glad I did it, because now they're gone. You can't get them anywhere. They're just gone. Now this is a crater that I have dubbed or named Lucifer's Den, and I have done that for a specific reason, because there's 2 images in this crater that is standing out and is highly demonic. So let's zoom in a little, and what do you have right there? You have the face of a hybrid right there. I can turn the image and then zoom in and then show you there. You see that? That's a face right there in the rocks. And what is this snake-like stuff right here around this crater? And we can go right there in this image, and we can turn it back again and then go up here and show you right there. Zoom out one more time. If you can kind of sense it, here's an eye, here's an eye, here is the nose ridge, and here is the horns sitting right there, going like a bullhorn right there. And just for of course for the fun of that, let's pull that into Photoshop, and oh, that was the wrong way, and play a little with levels again and see if we can enhance it a little more. Right there. You see it now? You see it? Let's just save it right there and then take it out. No, cancel. I need to save as, or else it'll save on top of it, and we can't have that happen. C1 optimized. Good. It is saved. Go back and we go in here, and there we go. See? Here you got this owl, bird, something. But there's no mistake about this one. What that is. That's a face. Right there. I couldn't find the image in my archive, unfortunately. But I have a video that I'll put a link underneath. But I also have a video where you can see me back in 2011, I think it is. I'm doing a live recording with my telescope on the moon, and you can see all these colors that I showed you in the beginning of my video. You can see these colors in my video, and when I at that time uploaded that, YouTube told me it was copyrighted material. Now that's funny. It's my telescope, it's my laptop, it's my freaking webcam, it's my freaking eyepiece, it's my voice on the video, it's me sitting in Indiana, in Clayton, Indiana, on a windy night and recording this. But I am seeing the exact same thing that I'm seeing on this photo taken by NASA. The moon is full of colors, and I guarantee you this planet is not dead. There's something going on up there. There's more to this than meets the eye. I guarantee you that. And that's probably one of the reasons for why they do not go back to the moon, because from what I have heard from the late Phil Snyder, the reason for why they canceled the Apollo project was because they were directly told by those who are up here that they don't want us up there again. Do not come back. You've seen it, now get the F out. So that tells me that this entity that is residing on the moon is not friendly, because why would they tell us in a threatening manner not to come back? That don't make sense, does it? Not to me. So that's why they have not gone back to the moon. Man-made missions, or manned missions. And here again you see there's a square, and actually a lot of weird stuff going on along the rim of this crater. And that crater there, let me go back, is that crater there, right there, that I was mistakenly saying was Aristarchus. That crater there is that crater I just showed you. Look how big it is. It is enormous. And we're talking countryside, big size. And up here is Aristarchus. Now it gets pixelated, you can't see anything, right? And you see here, all the pixels have the same size. And my father-in-law is following a guy, or two guys on YouTube here, that is heavily into this. And one of them is called Bruce Sees It All, and the other one is, oh, what the heck was his name? Oh, man, Henning. I don't know. I can't remember it. Something, I'll put a link to his channel on the bottom, but it's something about, let me see. I can actually retrieve it. Let me see. Okay, that was Bruce Sees It All, and he's actually doing infrared recordings. So now I'm going to the other guy's channel. His channel is called Mars Anomalies and Beyond. That will be linked to those two guys' channels, absolutely. And there will also be a link to Crow 777 channel, and I will take it directly to his video where he's talking about his lunar wave, where I believe that what we are seeing from Earth is a hologram. And if this hologram technology breaks down, we will see the moon for what it really is. And I mean for what it really is, like that. But by the hologram technology, they are able to make the lunar surface look like that the moon is just a great dead ball. There's nothing there, nothing to see. But nothing could be further from the truth there. And again, you see here how much is standing out. So when you're manipulating an image, overexposing it through Photoshop or however they do it, and then you take it out again, what they have put in, bang, it all stands out right in your face. It's right there. And it will take me about maybe a year going through all these pictures I have, and sit and do levels and contrasts and lights on them in order to enhance what I can see. Now, this is an image that is startling, because this image shows you beyond reasonable doubt that there are an existence of something on the moon. Now, we agreed to that from there and to there is 89.3 miles. Now, this thing here, hovering above the ground, casting a shadow, is some sort of tunnel or tube going over in a high elevation from the moon. This is high up. This is not just, you know, just hovering a little above the surface. We're talking several hundred feet here. This is a massive construct. So this is 2/3 of. So that's pretty much 30 miles. This tube is elevated from the ground. You see that? Let me zoom in on it. Can you see that? That's just insane. How do they do that? I don't know. And you can see all these things are connecting to each other. So here we have a complex of sorts. You see all the domes They're all situated in groups, and they're all grouped out. And I have no clue, absolutely no idea what's taking place in this area, other than I can tell you this bloody thing is standing above the ground. When I saw this image, I was just, what? Are you kidding me? Whoa, man, this is nuts. Look at this crater here. Supposedly be a crater. It's a dome, double dome. Looks like a sports stadium. Literally. And we can actually go and do something funny, because it's actually showing something. Let's blow it up and then take it in adjustments and do some level on this one, tone it down a little, see what's going on. See, almost now everything just standing out. You see that? You see these 3 buildings? Ay, 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 ay. I didn't even see that. Gosh, Henning, you bloody blind. Man, we got fun out there again. Yeah, why am I not surprised? Right. Open as, cancel. I am saving it. D1. Good. Save. Large. Okay, it's saved. Take it down. And then open it again, and then zoom in. Can you see it? Where did it go? Right there, there, and there, and there. Over here we got a plateau with structures sitting on it, buildings. We can go one out. There is a building, there's a building. There probably. We can go over here and see. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe you'll see something that I missed. But you can see in this whole area here, it's a vast complex. I have no bloody clue of what they're doing here. Because never a straight answer is not going to tell us what's going on up there. Not at all. But it's just bizarre. Oh, now it's really coming down. Water, 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 more water. Yeah, as if we hadn't had enough already. The humidity has been at 89 today. It's been downright horrible getting outside. Nasty. So that's how this looks. And if you zoom out one more, right there, it stands out better there. There's these 3 buildings right there. And something else I've noticed on the moon images is they always comes in threes. They're grouped in threes, for the most part, or string of pearls. You hear that? Oh, that was close. Whew. Okay, next image. This image is strange, because this image reminds me of a serpent. It also kind of have the joints, scales, like a serpent, but it kind of also looked like the Ouroboros symbol. And I don't even know if I can spell that. I can try. Ouroboros. Ouroboros. Something like that. I don't know. Show results. Images. Let's go there. Images. There it is. I was right. That's how you spell it. So I was not all stupid. But right there, that is probably the best presentation I can give of it, right there. That's the Ouroboros sign. And clothing definition, Ouroboros. It's a symbol in the form of a snake biting its own tail, used especially in ancient Egypt and Hermetic philosophy as an emblem of eternity. In Greek, drakon, Ouroboros, serpent eating its tail, eternity. So there we are. That's the snake's head, eating its own tail. That's on the moon. kidding you not. What is that doing on the moon if the moon is just a dead, empty space? There's nothing there. Can you tell me that? I can't. I have no explanation for it, other than we can go in here and see if we can make anything stand out. I'm coming to the cream of this video here in a moment. That will be in another folder, and that is the Aristarchus crater. So let's move this block over there and then dim it down a little. Can you see it? Let's just stop there. Do you see that? It seriously looks like the Ouroboros sign. Right there, there, and minimize, and then go in there, zoom in on it. Right there. How about that? There's no question in my mind that this is the Ouroboros sign. This is a snake biting its own tail, eating its own tail. This is an eternity sign. Egyptian. And if you look at Egyptian pictures, hieroglyphs or images that they made on their temples, it was very clear that the pharaohs were taller beings than humans, meaning that those who were pharaohs were not human, they were something else. They came from somewhere else. They were not human. They were not God's creation. Maybe they were angels, fallen angels, I don't know that. I can't prove that. Maybe they were Nephilims, I can't prove that. Giants, I can't prove that. But they were taller, larger, much larger, and they had a different head shape too than humans. They had this elongated skull, just like they found over in South America in huge numbers. So that's where it comes from. And anything that represents the serpent, if you take it from a biblical standpoint, that's of evil. It's not of the good. The dragon, the serpent, is the evil one. So that gives me a hint that that's why NASA, the astronauts, they were Freemasons, all the astronauts in the Apollo program, all Freemasons. And why? Because they have sworn secrecy and they can keep their mouth shut of anything. And if they reveal secrets, well, one in the group of the Freemason Society will kill them. That's how they operate. So you better shut up if you have your life, dear. I don't know if Phil Snyder was a Freemason, but he revealed a lot of stuff regarding Area 51 and Dulce, Mexico, in New Mexico, where he said there was a 6-level complex inside a mountain where they are housing these bloody Nephilims, these bloody giants, these bloody freaking fallen angels are there in that complex. Not all of them, of course. We can't house 7 billions in there, which is probably the number of fallen angels total that left heaven with Lucifer back then, after the war in heaven. I think the war is still going on up there. Maybe that's why we're hearing stuff coming from space once in a while. Maybe it's some big, I don't know, explosions, whatever, something is going on. So here you got it. That's the symbol of right there. I mean, when you get to look through all these images, 16,000 of them, you're beginning to see stuff that you seem to have seen before, right? And here we got, I don't know why the Stars Davis isn't here. That is kind of weird. But according to Kabbalah, which is the anti-God Jewish way of worshipping, they're using all kinds of symbols, even the Star of David. And one thing that that the evil ones are using a lot is symbolism that is actually coming from the good, but they are taking it, copying it, mocking God, using these symbols, and they are representing these symbols to their adepts, initiates, to make them think that they understand what they are seeing. Now look at this image. Now that is highly occult. Now look at all the crosses. What the heck? Look at that. That looks like slaughter of Christians. The devil for eternity. Sun worship, moon worship, the all-seeing eye. And here are the executioners. Wow, that's interesting. To say the least. Now, okay, let's go over to the Aristarchus crater. Okay, I did a Google search, and here is the Aristarchus crater complex. I call it a complex because that's what it is. Now, this is a high-resolution image from NASA of the surface of the moon, and when you look at it, wow, this is the crater, the Aristarchus crater, and this is the complex around it. But what you see here is not what is reality. Not even close, people. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to move slowly towards the image. Now we got a lot of stuff going on here. Look at all these blue ones. As I said, in some areas they are in thousands of them. And again, you can see the colors. Golden colors, blue colors, all the way through. Blue color. The moon is not gray. It's not like a desert. No, there's something going on up there. What is all these tubings? We've just seen the tubings, right? Of this gigantic thing of 30 miles hovering above the ground. Whatever it is, I don't know. Doesn't matter what it is. All we can see is, wow, what the heck? And here, up here, you can see that there is constructs. You got angles. Here is definitely something here. So let me take this one. That is 63. I have to see this one because there's something there. So let's take 63, pull it in, pull it up, magnify it, image, adjustment, levels, and then dim it a little and see what we can find. I don't know if it becomes visible to you up there in the left corner, but there's something there. But let's move towards the crater. Cancel. You see the difference right there? Overexposure. And let's go back here. We're moving steadily towards the Aristarchus crater complex. And you see all the colors. This is golden colors, brown colors, blue colors. And in some images it also looks like they're freaking chemtrailing. Look at that. That looks like chemtrails. Right there. This is some kind of haze. This is not the surface you're looking at. We're looking through something. Don't ask, don't know. But it looks like chemtrails. Or some kind of smoke. And maybe there's a reason for that. What image was that? That was 65. Let's pop it in. Let's put it, and we go over here and oh, we forgot something. We need to blow it up, and then we need to do some adjustments on this one, and then take this one down there, and then roll it over. See? Now the image a completely different outlook. And look at all these blue jebbles right down here in this area. And what is that? That's not a bloody crater. That looks like a dish. This one looks like a dish. This one looks like a dome. There's a lot of stuff here. Look at that. That's a complex right there, sitting right there. You can see it. And I don't want to zoom further in, but look at it closely just for a few seconds. Look in this area right there. There's structures there. And they're big. And I'm telling you, big. So let's go further. You see again? This looks like a dish. It's strange. And now we're coming up towards the Aristarchus crater. There, we're beginning to get into it. And as you saw here in the image, you can see these lines, right, going in the ground. And here. So watch carefully. You see this thing? It's like a tube going up, moving upwards towards it. And if you go here, that is from down there we are beginning, coming up to it. And what is that? Don't it look like chemtrails to you? It does to me. And now we're getting into the crater itself. Just look at all the blue jebble there. I mean, come on. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Go in there. Don't save this one. And it was 72, right? Yeah, 72. Because this one is starting in itself. Going there. Blow it up. One more. There. Adjustments. Levels. Now see this. Look at that. You can hardly see the blue jebbles, whatever they are. Look how many there are. Hundreds. What are they? I have no idea. And this is a color that you see all over in the Mediterranean area, especially Greece. They're using this color combined with pure white on their buildings, their housing. Blue jebble. And this is the blue jebble. Anybody been in Greece, you will recognize this color. Amazing. Look at the difference, right? Same image. Here you can bloody see nothing, and there, boom, it's all there. Boom, right in your face. Okay, let's get up to the crater. Oh, not crater. Here's some more stuff. And there it comes. Now, does that look like a crater to you? It don't to me, because it's not. This is a crystal of sorts, structure. And look at the glow coming from it. It's just lit up from the inside. And we can go back here. This is 75. Let's go back there and take this image. Look at it up there. You see that? It's shining in itself. Like that. And you can see it's elevated from the ground. It's not going down. It's elevated from the ground. It is a gigantic structure. And then we got this funny thing here. And that funny thing there is actually right there. This snake. See, it looks like a snake. It looks like the head of a snake. Look at it. Right there. And what are this angle? Straight lines. You can't answer me that? Should we go in Photoshop with this one? I think we need to. So we're going to do that. No. And it was 75, right? So we go back to find 75. There you are. Can't hide from me. Damn right you can't. And we can go there, adjustments again, and do some levels, and then dim it down again. Can you see this so-called crater is elevated? It's going up, not down. And look at the light coming out of this thing. Look at this perfect square at the entrance of this thing. You see that? This is bizarre. This is some strange stuff. Very strange. Okay, next image. There it is. Zoom out. And then go to the next one. You can see that's the snake. You can clearly see the resemblance. That's the one. Right there. Here it shows as a crater. I don't know how they do this. Clueless. But there's no question about that. This thing is sticking out from the ground. It's not laying down. You can see these are above the surface, the flat surface. And you can see this thing is too. What the heck is that? I mean, it kind of... Is this their ballroom? I don't know. But this is huge. What was we were talking about? It is 40 kilometers in diameter, this so-called crater. So what we're looking at here is a crater or a dome, a crystal structure, which is 25 miles in diameter. That's a freaking big structure. That's huge. That would make most city complexes look like nothing. And what is that square? What's going on with that? You see that? Perfect square. This is some bizarre stuff. And this one, if you look at the images, go back again, they appear as craters. This one, right there, is that one. Oh, is it? Oh, wait a minute. See, that's a dome too. Flat on the top, right there in the middle. There are a lot of these. Tons of them. Where they're flat on the top. Cone shaped. Not dome shaped, but cone shaped. And look at all this stuff. And here again, there's something elevated above the ground. This is weird. Oh, this is weird. And there's no question about that. There's someone up there. Look at this thing there. Look at that. Another tube. You clearly see with the naked eye, looking at it, that that does not look like something natural. If you have a brain that functions a little, you can see, but oh man, the whole house was shaking. Ooh, ooh, boom booms. Let me let the dog up to its mom, because she got a little scared there. You want to go to mama? You want to go to mama? Yeah, you got scared. I understand. There you go. Freaked out. Okay, now she feels she's safe. I feel perfectly safe. I love boom booms. They're fun. But look at all this stuff. I mean, it's not natural. They kind of connect to each other. It's kind of like veins. Right? And what bothers me so much, that is, I can no longer go in. There is that one. That's that one up there. right there. Yeah, what I could do is I could save this image and put it on the desktop, and then put it in the new folder and save it, and then go back to the new folder, go there, and there it is, and then tip it 2 times. You see that? There you go. See, now this image completely changed its outlook. Let's see here, go back. Now it looks like a depression, right? That it grooves into the surface. That disappeared now. See, that is how NASA is playing with their images. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Interesting, right? You got the exact same right there. And that is what I'm sitting here and showing you. You can see all these lines, but you can't see them all on this image like you can on this one. Look at that. Look at the lines, how clear they are. And here you can hardly see them. Barely. So you see there's a huge difference between the official images from NASA than these images, also taken by NASA. When they went up there and did the Clementine mission, which these pictures are from, I believe it was 4.9 or 4.8 million images, high resolution images they took from the moon's surface. They mapped the entire surface and then they put them together as a mosaic. And you can see that right there. So you can see here's the mosaic spliced together. You can see it's spliced together right there, but you can see that they're pretty good at splicing them together so you don't have anything broken. So that is the frame size right there. That's the box size of the image, like IMAX, if you get my point. You see the line follows all the way up, follows all the way up. That's how they put them together. So that was a painstaking work for NASA to put 4.8 million images into a 2D image of the surface of the moon. That's pretty astounding. That's a lot of work. That took a lot of man hours. It took me 3 months to get just 16,000 images downloaded. Painstakingly going to the next image, one step up, one step up, saves, one step up, saves, one step up, save. And what I did was I went from longitude plus 60 degrees and minus 60 degrees, sometimes 66. It depends on where you are on the surface of the moon, because the curvature of the moon is different from left to right than it is down through the middle. There's more image down through the middle, or images, than there are out on the perimeter, and that is kind of obvious when you look at here. You can clearly see that there is more images to cover there than there are there. That's shorter distance. So it was swinging a little between 66 to 60, as far as I know. And as you can see in here, when I go in here, you can see here I got 3D up, 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 and we're just moving upwards in this column. I made it in columns, so I was going down, going one step to the right and following, so all the images overlap, and then go all the way up, and one to the right and all the way down, one to the right and all the way up, and so forth, all the way through the entire surface of the moon. And that took me 3 months. Oh man, you think I had a sore index finger? Just a tad. I did not have fun in the end with that. But this is how it looks up down. And I don't know what all these blue jewels are. And look at these. I mean, this is supposed to be craters, right? Do you see any crater here? No. Because it's not. It's domes. They're all domes. And when NASA shows us images, it's showing us this. When reality is, this is what we see. Right? That's pretty amazing. Flip it again. Flip it again. The moon don't look like this, people. Not even close. This is the moon's surface. This is how it looks. Blue colors, brown colors, green colors. And I have a couple of videos in the bottom below in the show more box that will take you straight to those videos, and you can see with your own eyes that these images do not differ much from my live recording. I actually broke through their hologram and saw straight in to the surface of the moon and saw the exact same colors that we are sitting and watching here. That is pretty amazing. So just to round it up, end it up, I mean, I can't prove that the entity that is on the moon's surface or living inside the moon are malevolent or benevolent, but it is my clear conviction that, or convinced that those who are here are not our friends. And I don't want you New Agers to come on my page and give me all your bollocks about there is these space people out there and they are so nice and they're whispering sweet things into your ears and you saying and you having a field trip, right? No, they just want you to believe in them, and they just want you to believe that they are your ancestors and they made you and they seeded this planet with us. No, they did not. That is the big lie, the big delusion, that God's going to send mankind. And they will arrive when the veil breaks, which CERN is a part of, this big particle accelerator in Switzerland that is now expanded to almost twice the size. When they break this veil, the watchers are released, which I believe from the moon, and they will come here and they will claim that they made us, that they are our forefathers, that they seeded this planet. And all the New Agers and all the people that never believed in the scriptures because you just think it's some sort of fairy tale, when everything that has happened in history is provable in the book of the Bible, all of it. And 65% of the Bible is prophecy and history and guidelines to how to live your life. Guidelines, not have to, but guidelines. He gave us free choice. You can do whatever you want to, but it comes with a price in the end. It's not like the Freemasons think and the Illuminatis thinks that is thou that willst, meaning do whatever you want to. That's the liberal form, and I have addressed that definition of liberalism. That is, I am going to do beep what I want, and I don't give a beep what you feel and think about it. That's liberalism for you. That's the Freemason way. That is the Illuminati way. That is the evil one's way. I don't care. I'm going to do exactly as I please. You feel hurt? care. That's humanity today, for the most part. They don't care. And Yeshua, God, and all the big prophets warned us about that humanity will turn out like that. In Timothy 2, it talks about men be lovers of themselves, being boastful, be rebellious against their parents, lovers of money, lovers of evil, lovers of anything ungodly. Now look at the LBGT movement that was written into law in Paris. I mean, come on. And this one is supposedly to be retractable from this treaty that the United States of America signed on to. We are stuck with that. We are stuck with Baal, Peor worship in our daily lives. That's where we are now. We're forced to accept, even though I don't accept it, but I have to tolerate that. That's part of the world that I'm living in, that we are surrounded by people who are followers of Baal and not God. Because the LBGT movement is following the doctrine of Baal, and that is sexual promiscuity, so it bloody hurts and screams to heaven of sin in its most despicable way. That's LBGT for you. Nicely planted into our society and widely accepted by people who do not know what it actually means, what it actually is doing to our society. And it's non-procreative. You cannot, by being a fudge packer, make children. You cannot, when you lick a slug, make children. It is a man and a woman that makes children, not the other way around. It can never be done. And I have my very conservative opinions about this subject. I am very conservative there. And I'm going to leave that to myself. They'd be glad I'm not president, because that would be bloody illegal in this country. That lifestyle. Illegal. Period. That's where I stand. So, these people up here, or not people, but these entities up here, is the part of all this evil that is going on down here. They have never left, and I have said a million times, God washed the slate clean through the flood. Or what was it the scripture said? That there were giants in the land before and after the flood. They never bloody left. Where did they go? Some of them must have fled, being taken up by their friends up on the moon, the Watchers. Enoch's talking about the Watchers. And he had a conversation with them. And they wrote a petition to God to be forgiven for the atrocities they have done. And what they have pretty much done was peeing down the neck of God, the Creator, the Father in heaven, of His creation, by turning everything upside down in the days of Noah, like they're doing exactly today. And that is GMO, LBGT. That's why Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, obliterated, was because that LBGT was taking place in those two cities. So that's where we are today now. We are in the days of Noah. Pretty much. Yeah, we are there. And it has, as it said in the scriptures back then, it reached the nostrils of our Father in heaven, and at some point in time He's going to take His belt off, and then He's going to put us over His lap, and then He's going to spank us. Meaning there will be all the changes that is happening on earth, and all the calamities and all the hardship that we are facing, all of us together, because we will not hearken to His voice. But that's what I believe regarding this the moon issue. There is nothing up there in all the images that I have that in any form or fashion reminds of any construct that you are seeing on planet Earth, except ancient, holy, occult, holy temples and stuff. That stuff you see on the moon, copied or replicated down here on Earth. In South America, in Cambodia, Angkor Wat is an example. The giant temple that I have there is a direct representation of the evil one. Directly. You should take a look at those pictures from there. Nothing nice about it. There's nothing nice about the Mayan temples, the pyramids in Mexico. All of it is from the evil one. Everything Machu Picchu in South America, what is it, Peru, or is it Chile? I can't remember. It's one of those two countries, doesn't matter. But over there on the west coast, on the west side of South America, on the mountainside in the Andes Mountains, it's all over the place. And that's where the vast majority of the elongated skulls has been found. Yet we find them in Egypt too, because that is them, not humans, but someone else. That is not in any form or fashion a pleasant sight in the eyes of our Lord, because they're representing Lucifer, them, the whole world's enemy. And all the leaders of this world is following them. They're not following God. They're following them, steering us right into this world, new world order that they have planned for us. But this is a plan that has been in the making for thousands of years, people. There's nothing new under the sun here. But this time they're going to have it. God is going to give permission for them to have it for a short time, and then he's going to take back his creation, and he's going to take away all those who have been following Baal, Lucifer, Baal Peor worship, the LBGT, stuff like that. He's going to take them out. He's going to remove them from this planet. They're going to be cleansed off this planet, and this planet is going to be restored back to its original state for those who are left behind. Those who are meek, meaning peaceful, good-hearted, and believers in Christ. Those who, the remnant, they shall inherit the earth. The rest, they go away forever. And every time, which is my wish, every time you look up at the moon in the evening, I want you to remember what I said. Up there is a group of entities that is very hostile, and they are hell-bent to destroy us all. And if they could get away with it, they would already have done it and blown this planet we're living on to pieces, because that's the ultimate goal for Lucifer. That is for us to pledge allegiance to him so we can condemn ourselves to hell. And when we have done that, that is his ultimate victory. It's not the killing of the human itself that is the victory. No, that is to take his soul and take it away from God forever. That's his victory. Blowing this planet up doesn't matter, because Yeshua told us in the end that heaven and earth shall pass away, but his word never. So that means that this planet, at some point in time, when it's going to be, I don't know, but it's going to be after the millennium reign of Christ here on earth, that this beautiful planet is going to disappear. But those who are with Christ don't have to worry about it, because you're in a better place. You are where you need to be. You are in this place Jesus said that he would go to and prepare a home for us for our return when we go home. It's not here. This is not your home. This is the battlefield. This is the test field. This is here you have to pass the exam or get an F, flunk, fail, falling from grace, falling into the pit where those evil ones will reside for eternity, and you cannot join them. So this is just what I wanted to show you, that this is absolutely startling. Look at that. I mean, there's some kind of awesomeness to this. Look at the feat that they can build this stuff. And us humans, we can hardly build a bloody skyscraper without having to do all kinds of things. I mean, they just do it. They just do it. And it's big. Huge. Think about it, 25 miles across this thing, or 40 kilometers. Gigantic structure. I mean, that would be some technology that we could use for good down here on Earth. But usually technology here on Earth is always being used in some kind of warfare image or idea. Just like the cell phone that you are having, the microchip was invented by the military in order to transfer information, classified information, high speed. Oh yeah, back then it was not high speed, but it was still considered fast. Then having everything written down on documents and transported, and there was a high risk of some of it could be compromised. So the microchip was invented to do exactly that. And the camera sitting in your phone was also invented by the military industrial complex, because back then with their spy satellites they had these big film rolls, and they had to be released from space and falling down through the atmosphere and parachuted down to Earth, and then they could retrieve them, and then they could develop the images and see what the Russians had and what they did not have. And they don't need to do that now, because now they have the microchip, and now they have the digital camera, so they can take high resolution images just like they did here at the Clementine mission, and they can be relayed back to Earth instantaneously, so they have a 100% situation awareness of potential enemies. And the GPS system in your phone that you are highly regarding as something fantastic is also developed by the military industrial complex in order for troop movement, putting everything together, meaning the transportation of information taken by the images and placing it to the battlefield, so they have a real-time image of troop movements from enemy lines and so on. So when you're holding this cell phone in your hand, and every time you kind of, oh man, this is just a bloody thing, right? I want you to think about it this way. Every time you take your phone up in your hand, you're holding a piece of military industrial complex design that is designed to kill. Reconnaissance and then kill your enemy. So there's 3 components in your phone that is designed specifically for one thing only, and that's warfare. And it's this phone you're bringing around with you at all times is connected to that system. So when you think that you are free with your phone and everything is okay, I'm sorry. Every time you have your phone with you, you are a walking beacon. They know exactly where you are at all times, 24/7. And they can, if they will, send a drone and kill you right there where you stand, if you're an enemy of state. Like Obama said, they won't see it coming. Predator drones. That's what he said. Predator drones. They won't see it coming. He was not referring to the enemy. He was referring to you and me. So every time you have your phone in your hand, you're holding three key pieces of technology that is designed specifically for one purpose only, that is to kill other human beings. Think about that. And where does that technology come from? You're looking at it right now. From them. That's all I have to say. God bless you all.